Hi guys, and welcome back to the FPL Duo. This is the deadline stream for Gameweek 11. So welcome everyone. If you are just joining, please do drop a like on the video. And yeah, a lot to discuss. A lot of injuries to take care of in this deadline stream. So it should be a good one. But how you doing, Jordan? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm very good, thanks. The weekend is here and we can all enjoy fantasy, but we have to get over these little issues which we will discuss.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, let's bring up our teams and talk about what the plans are because for those that don't know, uh, Reece James, obviously the main talking point probably for a lot of people. It looks like he's going to miss a lot of Premier League football. He's probably going to be out injured until the World Cup. So you can't. There's no point really holding on to Reece James because we did get the news that it's a serious injury, and obviously I own Trent and Reece James, so I'm in a bit of a pickle with regards what to do. So let me just read out my team for you guys. So in goal, I've gone with Guaita, who's got Leicester away, and I think that could be a decent fixture for him. Then the back three is I've got Gurhey starting against Leicester as well. So I've got double Palace starting, which I don't really know if I really want to go there and start both of them. But I've no choice as of now, obviously, unless I make some transfers. I've got Fabian Schär starting against Manchester United. Now I'm not sure Newcastle will keep a clean sheet there either, so we'll have to wait and see. I've got Cancelo who has a game against Liverpool on the weekend as well, so he could be decent. I don't see a clean sheet for Cancelo either, but we know he can get attacking returns. I've got the midfield five at the moment. Madison has Palace. Zaha's got Leicester. I've got Mo Salah against Man City. I've got Barnes who's got a fixture against Palace as well, and then I've got Andreas who plays Bournemouth. And then up front, I've got Mitrovic, and Haaland, who's my captain. Haaland's got a fixture against Liverpool as well, obviously. And then Mitrovic is where another one interesting, another player that's flagged. It looks like he's going to miss out as well. But Marco Silva did say he could be back soon. It's like, so maybe Mitrovic is back for game week 12, which is a bit of a headache because now do we hold him for 12 when he could be back, or do we just get rid of him now? And you look at my team. I got three players flagged: Trent and James taking up a lot of money on the bench, and then Mitrovic on there as well. So I've got a lot of thinking to do and how I'm going to structure my team. But it doesn't look great for my team at the moment in time. And then yeah, as you see on my bench, I've got no bench because Greenwood doesn't play, non-playing player, pretty much, and James and Trent out. So I'll have to. I've got a lot of surgery that I feel like I need for my team. So Nanjay says, "Hey guys, my team is just in a mess." Yep, join the crew. um, will Perisic play, and if not, who should I transfer in? I think Perisic will start left wing back. I think he should play. So if you've got Perisic, I'd probably keep him, and I do think he'll play.
Yeah, I think we said with Perisic, you can keep him at least for one more week because
Mm,
he's got Everton this week. So you probably hang on to him now in that game and then probably think about transferring him out.
yeah, I agree. I'd probably hold on to Perisic because in the predicted lineups when I was seeing, he's actually predicted to start Perisic. And also the interesting thing is Matt Doherty is actually predicted to start as well against Everton. Now Doherty could be an interesting punt if you want to be a bit different and you like taking risks as an FPL manager. Yep, and Fatality is now commented as well, just on about Doherty. I think Doherty will start. He's in a lot of the predicted lineups, and Conte did come out and give some positive news regarding Doherty, saying he likes him and he could see him starting something like that. But I think Doherty is a nice pick, but the worry is with Doherty. Well, I'll bring up the fixtures. The problem we have is will he start in game week 13? Because that's when thing gets Emerson, isn't it? Emerson Royale comes
Yeah.
back from injury, so that's my worry bringing Doherty in. So He'll probably play the next two. Of course, Everton is a nice fixture, and then Man United. But then 13, he could miss out potentially if Emerson Royale's back, because we know Emerson Royale is seemingly preferred as by Conte as on the right wing back slot. Bournemouth is nice as well, but I'm just not sure with Doherty will he keep his position when Emerson is back from injury. I'm just gonna double check. Emerson's out for another 2 games, isn't he? So
Yeah, he
yeah,
is.
he's back on the 23rd. So yeah, game week 13. So I like Doherty. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a good pick for this week. But you have to bear in mind there is a slight worry that after game week 12 he gets benched again for Royale. Doherty won't play game week 12 though. He will play game week 11, but Emerson will be back. By the way, guys, what are your thoughts on Mitrovic? For me, he'll play. Or quickly on Doherty, obviously, I mean, he could play 12. I think he will play 12. Obviously, there is that doubt as well because of the midweek games. Because it is a midweek game, he could be rotated again. But yeah, there is a slight worry for me with Doherty. But if you're a manager that likes taking risks and you don't mind that, the reward you can get also, then yeah, I think it could be a good play. But I don't think I'll be going Doherty. Not sure. Maybe I'll change my mind. Yeah, it's game week 13. He's back, not 12. So for the next two, but Man United arguably is quite a tough fixture for a clean sheet. So that's also one thing to consider. And regards to Mitrovic, you own Mitrovic as well, Jordan. Are you going to hold him?
For now, because I've got other areas I need to address.
Yeah, I mean, I want to bring up Marco Silva's comments, what he said regarding Mitrovic. So if I just bring up some of these comments on my phone, what did he exactly say? I want to get the right quote that he said. But yeah, so you're pretty certain. Let's bring up your team anyway. Just talk us through your team, what you're playing for this week.
Okay, so here is how my team looks at the moment. So I'll start off with the goalkeeper, Raya, of course, who's against Brighton at home. I don't expect a clean sheet in that game, but you never know what happened. Might be a surprise. In the defense lineup, we got Cancelo, Reece James, who isn't going to be featuring anymore, as we've established, and Trippier, who's got Man United away. I don't expect any clean sheets from my defensive line at all. I'm only hoping for attacking returns from Cancelo and Trippier, because if either one of them keeps a clean sheet, I'll be very surprised for the teams they're against that they don't concede a goal. But we'll see what happens. Maybe we get lucky with one or the other. In the midfield, I've got Maddison, who's got Crystal Palace at home. Zaha's got Leicester away. Should be a good fixture for Zaha. Martinelli, he's got Leeds away before he's blank in game week 12. Salah's got Man City at home. Is it potentially redemption from Salah? Who knows? It'll be interesting to see in that game what happens with him. That basically covers my midfield. The forward line, we've got the Mitrovic, who is flagged, which we probably don't think he'll play against Bournemouth at home, but we'll see what happens with that. We've got Tony, who's got Brighton at home. Should be a good fixture. I mean, I'm not expecting much from Brentford at the moment because they haven't been too great so far in their fixtures. But there's always that case where maybe Tony gets another penalty. Who knows? But hopefully Brentford, I'm expecting Brentford to bounce back in one of these fixtures. If not Brentford, then maybe after the Chelsea game, Aston Villa or Wolves, and then Nottingham Forest. And finally, in my front lineup, I have obviously Haaland, who is the captaincy pick, who's got Liverpool away. I think this is about an outstanding margin that Haaland's going to be captain this week against Liverpool, just because of the form he's on and the underperforming performance from Liverpool. So I think that kind of outweighs choosing another captain. I know there's talk about Harry Kane being a potential captaincy option if you do have him in your team, but For me, it's Haaland without hesitation. So on the bench, I got Ward, who's got Crystal Palace at home. Got Nico Williams, who's got Wolves away. Andreas has got Bournemouth at home, and Fofana's out for 3 to 4 weeks, so he won't be playing against Aston Villa away. But that is how my team is currently looking at the moment.
Have you got one free transfer as well, or
Yeah, I do have one free transfer this week. I kind of wish I had two.
what are your thoughts in regards to that transfer? What are you gonna? I mean, assuming you're gonna take James out, or
Yeah, I was planning to take out Fofana, but
Mhm.
because of Reece James now is not going to be back anytime soon, uh, my transfer is still the same for the player I'm bringing in. It's just I'm changing it to Reece James instead of Fofana because uh, I don't really want to put on Nico Williams or really Andreas, especially
yeah,
if Mitrovic don't play. So I will be transferring Reece James out as a priority
for who?
transfer out now for Anderson, for Crystal
Okay, yeah,
Palace
yeah.
defender, who I mentioned in the team selection video the other day. But yeah, it has changed slightly, the plan. It's just changed from Fofana to Reece James, the person I transfer out. But the person I transfer in is stayed the same. It's Anderson. That's not going to change.
And you're gonna start Anderson against Leicester, I'm assuming as well.
Oh yes, definitely. I do potentially think less Crystal Palace can hold up against Leicester. Fingers crossed. But I do like Anderson. He's a great aerial threat as well as a defender as well. So that gives it a little bit of bonus. And when he does play, he's great for Crystal Palace in the defence.
hmm
Plus, he's a giant as well, which I quite like. He's quite tall, so he's
Set piece potentially.
yeah, yeah, set piece too. So
We got
maybe
we got all sports fan Adam. Welcome. Hey guys, I just did Sessignon and Kukurea in for Trent and James. Will Mitrovic play? Teams falling apart with blank upcoming two for Triple City. Yeah, we're in the same boat. You know, I've got Trent myself. I had James and I had Mitrovic, and I think I may hold Mitrovic because there's a slight chance he plays in Game Week 13. Game Week 12, I'm not so sure he does start. I think he could come off the bench for some minutes, which is a worry. Obviously, maybe you're better off starting Pereira if you do have him, because if Mitrovic comes on for a 1 pointer, then it's a bit frustrating. But yes, I think Sessegnon, it could be decent, but I just have a feeling Sessegnon won't play. I don't know. I may be wrong, but I think uh, Perisic will play left wing back, and Doherty will probably play right wing back. So it's interesting to see if Sessegnon will play, because I feel like Perisic will play, but we'll wait and see. Hopefully, you've got a good bench. But yeah, um, the triple up City, we're probably gonna have to take some hits, etc. If you are in that position, maybe a -4 next week. I got Raya and Sanchez, and I got Tony a bit playing, but playing Sanchez for save points. Jesus for Kane. Um,
mm,
I
I
mean, Jesus
wouldn't.
got a good fixture.
He has. He's got Leicester. I mean, not Leicester, Leeds.
Yeah.
But if you if you want him back after game week 12, which I can't, I guess you want him back. Would it be a waste of a transfer if you're going to bring Jesus back in again? Because you could just stick with Jesus and
Um,
just hold on to him.
yeah. I
I
mean,
think.
I think Kane. I do think Kane is probably one of the best players to own this week, though. Kane at home to Everton. I think he could outscore even Haaland. I might come back to. I might be wrong about that, but I think Kane is a good pick, very good pick this week. And I do like it because Jesus does blank, but yeah, as Jordan said, if you want Jesus back after game week 12, then doing two moves on the same player probably not worth it. But if you don't want Jesus after game week 13, then you could do it. Mm, Okay, cool. But yeah, I'm in a bit of a. I actually don't know what moves I'm making this week. It's a weird week because the defenders I want to bring in, there's Brighton defenders. I've looked at Dunk. I've looked at Webster. They don't really excite me as much. Brighton defense. I know they can keep a clean sheet this week, but I mean, Brighton. Who do Brighton play again this week? Is it Nottingham Forest?
No, not Forest.
Sorry, Brentford. They play Nottingham
Brent.
Forest next week. See, Brighton against Brentford. I mean, they could keep a clean sheet, but I'm not sure if I want to really bring a Brighton defender in now because I could just play Fabian Schär. And then I'm looking at the fixtures. There's not really someone that stands out to me because I wouldn't mind bringing an Arsenal player in, but then I'll have another blank for next week. So I'm actually very stuck. I wouldn't mind bringing in someone like a Trossard because I do think Trossard is one that I really want in my team out of Brighton players, but the only way I could bring him in, I'll have to take I'll have to use 2 transfers to basically bring Trossard in, I think. And then I won't have a transfer for next week because I want to make a couple of moves as well next week.
Yes. A comment from FPL Josh. I think it's related to me. He says, I think Andreas is better first bench than Nico. Andreas would do good against Bournemouth. Yeah, on my phone, I did actually switch them over, but I don't think I confirmed it. So Andreas will be the first bench player on my team. I actually will swap him over now because I do not want to make that mistake again. If Andreas does get another return and he doesn't come on for me, I will be very annoyed again. So he's definitely first bench, Andreas. I'm not taking that risk in, especially when Nico is now not a nailed player as well. As we saw in that last game, he was benched and it doesn't look like he's going to be a starter anymore. So yeah, because of that, Andreas is definitely first bench.
Okay. Yeah. Also, the other thing is, do you start Andreas over Mitrovic in some people's cases? I think I'd probably start Andreas over Mitrovic because I'm worried if Mitrovic comes on for a little cameo and he gets a 1 point. Anything else I've missed? FPL Josh also says, Haas, I was thinking Skamaka, but I took a hit last week. Rashford, Arnold to James and Madison. I'm on 678. Would have been 680, but oh well, I did. You have to use a free transfer, James, to go here with 1.8 spare. Fair enough. Villa aren't scoring many goals. I expect Chelsea to keep a clean sheet. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's the annoying thing because we bought Reece James and Fofana in just because of those Chelsea clean sheets, but now both of them are now injured.
You could bring in, a lot of people. Hi lads. Brian says hi lads. Brighton defender coming in for me this week. I'm still torn on whether I'll save the 0.1 with Webster. I'd go Webster personally over Dunk. I think Webster is attacking a lot more. He's had more shots this season than Dunk. I know Dunk is usually the one we usually go for, but I definitely prefer Webster for this year because he just had a more attacking potential, in my opinion. But yeah, I think I'd go Webster. Sound Jordan just saying Nico bad against Wolves plus his minutes risk. Dan Hilton, best defender to replace James with, same price range, got Trippier already, trying to stay away from City Arsenal players. I mean, this depends on your team. It depends on a lot of your risk tolerance, everything. Because if you want to play it safe, you could just go Brighton defender, bring in a Webster or a Dunk, or even a Dyer from Tottenham. If you want to go something like that and be a bit more safe and maybe boring. If you want to go a bit more risky. Also, Gurhi is mentioned in the chat as well. I think you could go Gurhi or Anderson at Palace. I like both of them as well for longer term as well because they've got good fixes long term. Short term plays, you have got someone like a Doherty who is expected to start against Everton for Spurs. So Doherty could be a good short term punt if you do like taking a risk. If you don't want to go as risky and you want someone a bit safer, then I think a Palace defender like Gurhi or Anderson or Webster and Dunk from Brighton is your way to go, or even a Spurs Dyer who is a bit more nailed. Other than that, There's not really much. If you want to keep, you said you want to keep the premium price. I mean, Liverpool Van Dijk, maybe after you want to go Van Dijk after the fixture swing. Liverpool do have some decent fixtures. I know they haven't been great, but if you want to keep the same structure with the price 6 million, Van Dijk will have Nottingham Forest in 13 and then Leeds in 14. So I think there's so many defenders you can pick, but they all have different pros and cons. So yeah, thoughts on Anderson from Emmanuel? Jordan, you're bringing Anderson in, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. I would prefer Anderson over Guehi, just because Anderson is literally a great defender for Crystal Palace. Like, he's a giant, and also because of his height as well, he does have an attacking prowess over him as well, because he is an aerial threat if Crystal Palace get a set piece. So there's always a chance that Anderson could potentially get an attack in return, as well as a clean sheet on top of that, which may mean Anderson could get a haul against Leicester. Who knows? But I do have a good feeling about Anderson, hence why I'm bringing him in for Reece James, because I think Crystal Palace in the long-term run as well have great fixtures. So you can potentially hold on to him until game week 16.
Yeah, fair enough. I like Anderson as well. Got Gurhey, Salah or Kane. I think easy Kane this week. Everton. Salah's got Man City, so yeah, definitely Kane. I think Kane is the best player with the best fixture, you'd say.
Yes.
Thoughts in bringing in Chelsea defender Silva, Koulibaly, or no? I mean, I'd prefer to bring in someone like a Chilwell or a Cucurella over those two. But always with Chelsea, there is slight worries whether they'll play every game. That's my worry with Chelsea. But obviously, with James injured, Fofana looks like he's out. I mean, you could, but I'd probably prefer to take a punt on someone like Cucurella. But he's playing in a back. He's playing as a left-sided centre back, isn't he now? So not as much attacking threat in that, if that is the case. Gomez looks great under the radar for Gameweek 12 to 15. I think Liverpool get a guaranteed 2 clean sheets, especially Forest game. Well, obviously Trent is out injured. Gomez could be a decent punt. We do expect him to play in it now that Trent is out. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe why not? But yeah, obviously Liverpool defense isn't very it isn't popular at the moment in time. Obviously, the way Liverpool started the season, and Liverpool haven't kept many clean sheets at all. So I think a lot of people are put off by going to Liverpool defenders as an asset. But yeah, it's cheap enough. There's also a slight worry. I think there was some news regarding Konate that he wasn't pictured in the training pictures. Maybe it's just precautionary, but that does slightly worry me if Konate doesn't play Liverpool's defense, if Gomez has to go back into the centre back. So that is a thing to look out on. James to Cucurella. I mean, if you want to, I don't see. I don't think it's a bad move, but I still think with your Brighton defense and stuff, it looks good. It depends on game week 12 as well. Who you're going to play in 12? Because Chelsea have Brentford in that game as well, so it could be good. But if you look at Chelsea's fixtures, how many clean sheets do you see? Because they've got Man United, Brighton, Arsenal, Newcastle. That 4. How many clean sheets do you see in this 4 after game week 12? Man United, Brighton, Arsenal, Newcastle. So it's not great defensively for clean sheets, but Chelsea have improved, of course. But the fixtures aren't the greatest, I don't think, but they're not bad. I don't know if I'd be bringing in Chelsea defender, if I'm being honest, but I don't think it's the worst idea. Best captain pick. Well, we're both on Haaland. Jordan, do you think anyone should go against Haaland, or if you did own Kane, for example, or what do you reckon?
I still think not this week to go against Haaland, just because the overall popularity of this captain, and we'll probably see the what's it called?
effective ownership.
Effective ownership, yeah. We probably see the effective ownership skyrocket this week because
Oh, for
of
Haaland, it'll be 150% for sure.
yeah. It's too much risk over to gain if you go against Haaland because we might be shocked he might score a hat trick in that game, and Kane might just get one assist, and there you go. The game week is over just because of that captain pick. And I think for our ranks as well, we're not willing to take that risk because it's not worked out in the previous past game weeks for us. So probably Haaland is the best captain pick just for this week, unless something happens to him.
Yeah, for sure. I think with Haaland, it's kind of scary to go against Haaland, but I do still think Kane. I could see Kane outscoring Haaland. Why not in Everton at home? Haaland plays away, so but yeah, I wouldn't personally. I think you've got to stick Haaland. But yeah, I do think Kane's a good pick if you got him. Dan Hilton. After the last couple of weeks, I might take a risk and captain Kane this week over Haaland. If you think Kane is the best captain pick, then yeah, go for it. But that's all I'll say. If you don't need to go different. If you think Haaland's going to outscore Kane, then obviously go Haaland. I just think you don't need to be different just because it hasn't gone well for you in previous weeks. But yeah, you just captain whoever you think is going to score more goals, really. But I need to do my transfers soon because obviously I'm still unsure what to do. What would you do anyway if you look on my team? What moves would you be making? Because I've got Trent, James sitting on the bench.
I'll definitely take out either Trent or James, but because they're both defenders and you have a Newcastle, Crystal Palace, and the main Man City player, it's a bit tricky to really pick a fourth one to go for because there ain't really any great fixtures that stand out this week. I mean, even Wolves defender isn't looking like a favourable option just because of the fixture. So it is a bit hard to pick, really. I mean, you could, dare I say, a Fulham defender.
I mean, for example, if I take out, Trent needs to go, doesn't he? Because I just don't see any point keeping Trent. So he's the one. But what I originally planned to do, in my team selection, I said I was going to do Trent to. Who was it? Was I going to bring Trippier? Wasn't I? I was going to bring Trippier in, but I don't know if I want to do that anymore. Because do you think Trippier will keep a clean sheet? Do you think Newcastle will keep a clean sheet against Man United?
No, not a clean sheet, but I'll be very not surprised that Trippier gets an assist or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either because that's what's happened a lot.
Yeah, because he's pretty much got return.
I haven't ruled out. Sorry, I was just saying I haven't ruled out Doherty. Bring him in because you see he's got obviously I did mention at the start of the stream that I could go for someone like him for a punt against Everton. Then Newcastle. The worry is would he play all these games? But that's the only worry. But that Everton fixture looks nice. He's going to play against United, I believe, because obviously Royale's still going to be out. Because if I bring Trippier in, do I want double Newcastle defense? Probably not. And then I'll just roll the other transfer and pray Mitrovic starts. If not, I've got Andreas to play. I've got Gurhi as well.
Yeah, so you have cover, so that's not bad because the situations of injuries and whatnot, so it created a very big problem for many people. But
hold on. Game week 12 to 15, Salah will get a hat trick. By the way, boys, Salah cap for me. Game week 12. We'll see if we do. If we captain Salah. At the moment, I think Haaland's. You got to go Haaland in this moment. I've got Lucata in the stream. Welcome, mate. Hope you're doing well. I've done Trent and James for Saliba and Dalot. Both free thoughts. I like Saliba, but the only worry is he blanks in game week 12, so he won't have a fixture in game week 12. So as long as you can work around that and you can bench Saliba for one game, I think he's a decent pick long term. And Delo, I'm not sure about Delo really, if I'm honest, because if I just look at Man United's fixtures, let's say Delo, Man United have Newcastle, Tottenham, Chelsea in the next three. Not the greatest game for clean sheets, even West Ham. So I'd probably prefer someone else instead of Delo, personally. But I think Saliba as Arsenal could be a good move. It's just obviously he doesn't have a game in 12, so that's why I'm not bringing in an Arsenal player this week. I'll probably do that soon, after they blank in next week against Man City.
Also, I'm very shocked. Dalot's ownership is 8%. That is shocking. How
What
many
is
people?
What you surprised? Is it high or is it low?
I'm surprised it beats other defenders like Crystal Palace defenders, because they're like 2%. But Dalot
Yeah.
at 8%, the way Man United have been, that's quite surprising.
I mean, as I've shown you, Man United next 3-4 games it's hard for clean sheets. But I'm assuming you're going for the attacking potential. But I'd still prefer Palace, Brighton defenders at this moment in time. Yeah, like Anderson, we've mentioned him a lot. I meant Kane for Jesus, considering I have Martinelli, Cancelo, Haaland already. No, I would keep Kane. No chance. You've got to keep Kane. Surely. He's got Everton. Yeah, you got to keep Kane.
Yeah, you have 4 blanks otherwise in Game Week 12, and you won't have a starting 11.
No, he has Jesus.
Oh.
I'm confused. Oh, if you have Jesus, then yeah, you could do it. I'd be tempted to do it. Jesus to Kane, just because next week you will have 4 players blanking. I mean, that's what you got. Unless you've got 2 free transfers and you can take one of them out next week for someone else. If you're going to have 1 free transfer next week, I mean, you'll have to look at your team, how it looks for Game Week 12. And if you're happy playing potentially 10 players, I don't think playing 10 players is the worst thing in the world, by the way, as long as your rest of your team's quite good.
Yeah, a lot of people will be playing with 10 players because of the situation of injuries, where players have injured players in the team. I'll probably be playing with 10 at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, I like Kane. I like Kane in for what it's worth anyway, because I think if you want him long term as well, because if I look at Spurs fixtures, get nice fixture in 11. Okay, Man United could be tough, but it's Harry Kane. He's on penalties as well. He could get a penalty. Newcastle looks good. Bournemouth, assuming you've not got Salah. If you're happy to not own Salah, I'll say Druve. If you're happy to go without Salah, then I think Kane is a good pick. But if you're gonna want Salah in again, who's got some decent fixtures, then I probably wouldn't go Kane. I think a lot depends on your strategy long term, because I want Salah for Nottingham Forest in Game Week 12. So you'll have to look at that one. Because obviously I'm assuming you'll have a 2 premium setup. But I think I might go Doherty, Jordan.
I'm not too keen on a Spurs defender.
It's just because I see my rank, I am chasing a bit.
Yeah.
And I want to go a bit risky, just because I feel like maybe I feel like I need to take a bit of a risk. And I do think he is a good pick. The worry is, would he play when Emerson is back in 13? I don't mind playing him against Man United, but I'd want him for that game in 13 as well. But Trippier. But then the reason why I don't want Trippier is because I don't want double Newcastle against Man United, really, this week.
Yeah. And let's just mention as well, Trippier's ownership is 55% owned, so more than half of managers now own Trippier in fantasy football. So going against Trippier is like going against Haaland, but a bit of less of a danger, but still not good.
Hizami, thank you for your comment. Don't forget to like the stream, guys, and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, if you can, guys, drop a like if you haven't already, and subscribe if you are enjoying the content, and do ring your notification bell so you don't miss out when we go live. Yeah, Trippier. I mean, Trippier's kind of punished me this season. Not going. I've not had Trippier at all this season, and he has hurt my rank because he always pops up with an assist or bonus points. Even when they
Yeah,
lose, he gets like 2 bonus points, and he ends up with 5, 6 points, 7 points, even though they concede. So maybe I should bring him in.
yeah,
But
he's only had 2 blanks this season so
the
far.
the only worry I have with him, maybe I'll bring him in next week for James, because I do want 2 free transfers for next week. Let me just show you why. So if I go on FPL.team, I'm gonna go use another website to show you guys what I mean. Any comments that I've missed? Hold on. Let me stop that. Hold on. Bring up your team. Are you gonna lock in your transfers?
Yeah, I might as well. It's not long left, only 24 or so minutes left. So yeah, I will lock in my transfers. It's a pretty easy one, but one I really have to really think about.
All right, yeah, I'll let you do that.
Yeah, so James is going out, and
That James injury is annoying. If he wasn't
it
injured,
is.
my plans would be a lot easier.
It's literally, I've got 2 Chelsea players that have got injured. The Chelsea are definitely cursed when I have them. That definitely confirms it. And then Anderson is in. It does save a bit of money, though. So it's, at the same time, Reece James being injured is not such a bad thing for money wise.
Also, hold on. Have you done your move?
I'm just about to confirm it now. So Reece James is out, and Anderson is in for 1 free transfer that I have this week. So I will confirm the transfer, and there we go.
Okay. While you've done that, I'm just gonna share with you my screen quickly. So this is what my team looks like currently. Also, would you play Gurhi over Fabian Shah?
Who does Fabian Shaw have? Man United.
Obviously, Man United.
Yes, probably,
Because
definitely.
I would play Trippier if I had him, because Trippier's got that attacking potential. But Fabian Shah, because I've got double Palace. That's why I've got sorry, not double Palace. I'll have Guaita in goal. So yeah, I'll have double Palace at the back. So do I play Shah in case he gets something against? Obviously, if he gets a clean sheet against Man United, which I'm not sure he will, but
No, I don't think. I think Man United will score in that game.
so you'd play
So
double Palace at the back against Leicester. Because I think
yeah,
Leicester can score as well.
yeah. I see Man United scoring more than Leicester will. I think,
Okay.
but it's not. I know it's double Leicester defense,
Well,
but
well, Gurhi might play for me anyway if Mitrovic doesn't start. So Shah or Gurhi will be subbed in either way. But
also yeah,
so this
that
is my
does.
plan to basically play this team. Let's say I start Gurhi, or it could be Shah, whoever, and then in game week 12, obviously I'll have Cancelo blanking. I'll take him out for Fabian Shah, and then Haaland blanks. So I'll probably play Andreas Villa, but I'll have 2 free transfers in that week where I could do whatever I want. So I want to leave myself with the options open. I think next week, obviously James is injured, so I'll have to take James out next week, maybe for Trippier next week, potentially. Yeah, I think I
Yes.
could do that next week. James to Trippier for me next week looks decent. But yeah, those are my initial thoughts. I think I'm going to bring Doherty in, and just pray he does start in 13, because I'd want him even against Man United. I know the projected points aren't that high, but why not? Um, all right, let's bring your team back up. I mean, your team looks pretty fine though, I'd say.
Yeah. Just the only problem is I will have a starting 10 in game week 12 because if Mitrovic, let's say, is not good
Yeah.
by then I'll probably transfer Fine out by then. But Mitrovic should be the only issue, which if he doesn't play, then I only have 10 players. But I guess that's not a bad thing because I imagine a lot of people are in a similar situation.
Yeah,
as
Mitrovic
as
holders.
yeah, as all of us. So yeah, it's not too bad, I guess. Could be worse.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna do my transfers now. Actually, I'm gonna do my lock them in. So let me share my screen with you guys. Dude, which one is it? Here. Wait, hold on. Let me refresh this. So yeah, Doherty is coming in, I think.
Oh, this will be interesting transfer. I like this one.
So Trent out, Doherty in against Everton. I'm hoping he can get something. I need something big from him. Hopefully a clean sheet. And Man United, we know he's going to probably play that as well. And then after that, I'll have to worry about it. What I do with him. But yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to do it. But the problem is, I don't know if I should do something else like Trossard. I think Trossard's a good one for this week and next week. But yeah, now Doherty is Trent to Doherty. Confirm. There you go, guys. That is done. I'm gonna bench. I'll bench Fabian Schär, I think, and then I'll put him first bench. James. I am benching James. James is gonna go next week, for sure. I don't know. I don't see me getting many points this week though.
I did say this last video, but I think this game week for everyone is going to be low scoring. I don't see massive points from this game week. It's definitely around the 40 to 50 margin, I think.
MT Gamer, welcome. Hi lads, I've took a -4 to bring in Eric Dyer for West Ham, Everton. Thoughts? What did you mean by West Ham's Everton?
I think they got West Ham and Everton next after. Yeah, they got Everton
Well,
next.
yeah, they play Everton and then West Ham
and
after.
They play West Ham, yeah.
No, it's Man United.
Oh,
next. So I don't know what he means by West Ham.
For West Ham's Everton.
Oh, I think he means a player. Yeah, Eric Dyer is fine. Eric Dyer is fine. Oh, he meant Emerson. So my bad, I didn't see that.
Oh.
I was wondering what he meant by Everton. I think that's fine. -4. I don't know if you felt like you had to take a -4 to have a playing player. But yeah, Dyer's fine. I think. So obviously, I've bought in a Tottenham defender as well, but obviously there is a much more upside in terms of attacking threat for Doherty. But I know I am taking a bit of a risk bringing him in because when Emerson Royale is back, I expect him to take his right wing back slot again. And
just a little highlight from Hizami. He notices that I look like United Martial, a friendlier version, obviously. Oh, thank you, Hizami.
Yeah, you always get that as well. Someone said it on the previous stream, innit?
Yeah, I have one of those faces which sort of look like particular people.
Lucas as well. I have 2 free transfers. I have Mitro and James. What do I do? Well, I've just benched James, and I've just benched James really. But Mitro, if you're in a position to bench, if you get away benching one of them, I think Mitrovic can still be a hold for what it's worth, because Mitrovic might be back for game week 12. So if you look at Mitrovic's fixtures, it's unlikely he plays against Bournemouth, which is very unfortunate for us because that could have been a good fixture for him. But if he is fit for Villa, I'd want him for Villa. So I'm just going to hold him and see what happens with him. But Villa is a midweek game. So they play Saturday, obviously tomorrow, and then they play Thursday, which is a worry with a quick turnaround. So we'll have to see. If he doesn't start both of them, then that will be annoying. But he could be back for Villa. We'll wait and see what happens against Bournemouth, because there are rumours that he's back, but he could be on the bench and he might come on for a few minutes. But no one knows, really. Marco Silva didn't really give anything away in that press conference. But I'm going to hold him. James, I think you could remove him. You know, we spoke about defenders, Palace, like Anderson or Gurhi or even someone like who else did we mention? Dunk, Webster from Brighton.
Yep. There's other options to go for. Not the best options, but it does save money in a good sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure about starting. Obviously, I'm starting Andreas as well. Whenever I start Andreas, he doesn't get me anything. But when I bench him, he usually scores. So Andreas v Bournemouth, I mean, it's a good fixture really for him. But can he get something? Hopefully he does. Are you starting Andreas as well, by the way?
No, I
Get
have
your...
on the bench. I've started
No.
Mitrovic over him.
Okay, cool. Yeah, fair enough. Cucurella, good shout. Decent. I don't think it's a bad shout.
No.
It's just he's playing as a centre back, isn't he? As a left-sided centre back.
I mean, yeah, in terms of this week, so for Chelsea against Aston Villa, that's a potential clean sheet. The way Aston Villa have been, they've been great. So if you want a Chelsea player, but also want a clean sheet, because if you have Cancelo, I imagine you do, and maybe Trippier or Newcastle defender, and those two have Man United and Liverpool, so there's no possible clean sheet there. So you could do Cucurella because there's a more higher chance that Chelsea keep a clean sheet in that game.
Yeah. Also, this is a good question actually. From Sherwin, he says, "How do I feel about having double Leicester v double Palace defense? Because obviously I've got Barnes Madison up against." This is what I am a bit. That's why I want to play Fabian Schär instead of Gurhi. That is what I was thinking of doing.
I completely forgot you have Barnes.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to play. I wanted to play Schär. So that was the thinking as well. Even though I don't really see a clean sheet there against United, but
I'd be very surprised.
But if he can match Trippier, he's not going to match Trippier, is he? But it's just one of those. Let's put him in for now. Let's put him in for Gurhi. Does that look better? And then Gurhi might come on if Mitrovic doesn't play. You know what? I might just start Schär in the unlikely scenario he gets a clean sheet, because I know Trippier is very highly owned. If Trippier got a clean sheet somehow, I know that will kind of hurt me. Whereas Palace double defense isn't very popular anyway, so I'll probably play Fabian Schär actually. Why not? Because in case Trippier gets a clean sheet, then my rank will get destroyed. So I'm just hoping he can cover slightly. What do you think of James Justin, Jordan, as a 1 week punt?
Palace. I wouldn't say against Palace. I wouldn't bring him in for this 1 week, because Palace are a team that I'm sure will score against Leicester. So, and Justin's not really an attacking threat for Leicester either. And the way Leicester have been in defence, I mean, I'm not too keen on it still. So I'll probably say no.
Yeah, I don't really see them keeping a clean sheet against Palace, if I'm being honest. I think Palace will get a goal. Hopefully it's Zaha.
Yeah. Or Anderson.
For you. Trippier or Mitchell. I'll still play Trippier, even though he's got Man United. It's just he's got attacking potential. And bonus points potentially as well, because he does usually like getting the bonus points. But yeah, guys, if you are still in the stream, please do drop a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel if you are new.
I'm surprised no one's talking about Edouard as a.
We have sort of, haven't we?
Yeah, we've mentioned Edouard. I think he'll do well this week. It would be a good switch for
Mitrovic.
Yeah, Mitrovic, because obviously the uncertainty of Mitrovic starting and also playing against Bournemouth for home for Edouard. I mean, great fixtures and attacking.
I think Edouard is slightly underlooked. I think definitely, because you look at those fixtures: Leicester, Wolves, Everton, Southampton. Only worry is Mateta is there, but It looks like Edouard's going to play ahead of Mateta on most games. So don't know if it should be that big of a worry. But I think Edouard definitely is a good shout. And he's cheap, isn't he? He was like 5 point, was he 5 point something?
I'm actually not sure how much he is, but if I had no injuries apart from Mitrovic in my team, that is the likely transfer I'd be probably making this week, because I feel like that's an easy sticking out transfer to make.
Yeah, Sean Kelly says he's got triple Leicester defense. That's mad.
Leicester defense.
Obviously, he got playing Ward. Do you have to play Ward? And then he's probably got Justin and I don't know, whoever you've got. I'd probably take one of them out if you can. Is it worth starting Mitrovic over the likes of Pereira, Justin? I think so. I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah, because you never know.
But I'm starting both Pereira and Mitrovic because I've got both.
Plus, we heard that Mitrovic's injury wasn't that serious at all, which is kind of confusing how he's not starting since he got the injury.
Yeah, Marco Silva's not let much out regarding that. He just said, we hope we're going to assess him. Like, it's going to be a last minute thing. So no one really knows. But if he does even come off the bench, that means he should be fine for game week 12, which is why I'm slightly siding to holding him. Any way to navigate around City and Arsenal players blanking next week? Slowly taking them out potentially, but you could just remove them. But the worry with that is you're going to want them back. It depends how many you have. I don't have any Arsenal players. That's why I got rid of them, because I knew they would blank in 12. I was preparing for that, but obviously I've missed out a lot of points in that time because Martinelli did score against Liverpool, which did kind of hurt the rank. There is that. If you've got triple Arsenal and triple Man City, you could be in a position where you want to play that free hit, but I still would like to hold off if you can. But yeah, you might have to just save a transfer, use 2 free transfers and remove them. But it's a tough one, really. I've gone without Martinelli and he hasn't paid off really because of that, what happened. But you just have to maybe take hits or play the free hit. We will make more content regarding what to do exactly in Game Week 12 if you do own City and Arsenal players. But it is very team dependent, I think. Doherty or Dunk for James. I mean, I just bought in Doherty. So if you are if you like taking risks, then Doherty is definitely one that could be a good punt for this week against Everton. If you want to play a bit more safe and you want a long-term defender that you know is going to start every game, Dunk and Webster. I'd prefer Webster over Dunk. But Doherty, if you are feeling a bit risky, like myself, who's just bought Doherty in, it could pay off. High risk, high reward, I think, Doherty. Should I take a -4 and transfer in Guaita and for Raya? Nah.
No.
Nah, not a goalie. I don't think it's worth it. Who's got Raya got anyway, Jordan? You've got
Brighton.
Raya. Yeah, I'll just leave it. I don't think it's worth it. You probably have other things you'll need to do anyway in your team regarding 12, etc. You probably don't want to use a hit to change goalies. There's too much in this moment in time. Other transfers that are needed.
Yeah.
We've had this question, Andreas or Mitrovic. I'd still go Mitrovic, I think.
Yeah, and you might as well start Mitrovic, just in the likelihood he does come on if he is on the bench.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
he can potentially score if he comes off the bench.
Obviously, we don't really know if he's going to have a late fitness test, I think, isn't he, Mitrovic? So he could start. So I'd say Mitrovic. I think double City, 1 Arsenal might take a -4. I mean, you could just bench those 3. You should be fine, because if you've only got 3 players from both teams, you can just bench all 3 of those players, and you'll be fine as long as you've got a decent bench. So that's what I'd do. Bench. I'm assuming you've got Cancelo, Haaland, and Martinelli. Let's say, for example, just bench those 3 in Game Week 12, and then if you've got Gurhi on the bench, if you've got other defenders you can play or other strikers, hopefully you've got a playing bench. But that's what I'd be doing. I'd be fixing the bench up the non-playing players. Have you got socials? Yes, we do. Let me just plug the socials. If you do want to follow us on Twitter, do check us out on there, the FPL Duo on Twitter. We're also on Instagram, the FPL Duo _. But if you want to, best way to reach us probably is Twitter, the FPL Duo. So do follow us on there, guys, if you haven't already. And if you are just joining in, please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you can. Dunk, Webster, or Castagne, and start Mitrovic or Pereira. I'd start Mitrovic and I'd probably go Webster. Would you agree, Jordan? Or
Yeah, I'd either go Webster or Dunk, but yeah, I agree with that.
Has 5 minutes to change captain to Salah. Nah, I'm not going this week.
Shock twist.
Nah, I got burnt in game week 9, was it? When I went Salah last 5 minutes. I had it on Haaland all week, and then he goes and gets a hat-trick against Man United. Nah, never again. But then again, Salah could be a captain for game week 12. When Haaland does blank, Salah's got West Ham.
Yeah, I just would like to see where Salah plays in Man City game. Just if he plays in a better position, then pretty much hugging the touchline like he has been doing, then I wouldn't be too keen on captaining him if he's just going to be there.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see whether where he does play. But I think Klopp came out with some comments saying his position is been the same, but we'll see. He did look a bit more central when he did come on against Rangers for his hat-trick. How long we got left? About 4 minutes left to the deadline, or no, 3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes. So make your transfers.
I took a big risk though. I feel like with Doherty, so I'm definitely going to be watching that Spurs game with a keen eye. When is that? Is that tomorrow? Isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's one game tonight, and that's Brentford and Brighton at 8:00. That's the only game. I've got, I think, 2 players from that game. Yeah, Raya and Tony.
Yeah, we'll do our predictions as well, guys. After the deadline's over, we'll predict all the games. We need to start keeping a track of our predictions. We should score it, so see who does better.
Yeah, I could write one in a notepad so that
we might start having to track and see who gets more correct scores and stuff. It will be good. But yeah. Are you locked in anyway, Jordan? Let's bring up your team.
Yeah, I double checked it. It's saved, and I double checked it on my phone because I don't trust the website sometimes, even though you do press the save in it and that. But it's pretty good. The team. I mean, I'm not going to change any more of it. I don't think.
Okay.
It's all set and ready.
Martinelli against Leeds could be a very good pick that I'm worried about.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that one because he got rested in the Champions League game, so he's raring to go.
Oh yeah, against. Oh, sorry, Europa League. You mean?
Europa League. I'm confused.
But yeah, you're playing the 3-4-3. Looks obviously Haaland captain as well. We're both gone Haaland captain, so there's no really discussion this week. But yeah, I'm playing the 5-man midfield, and I need Mitrovic to start, or Gurhi's going to play, which I don't really want. But yes, I don't foresee a great week. I need the Leicester guys to do something for me, especially Barnes. I think he's a bit of a differential in my team. With his ownership is quite low. I think 1% ownership for Harvey Barnes. So if he can do something against Palace, it would be very, very nice. But Leicester, relying on Leicester this season is not the one you want to be doing.
Even Guerhi could be a good one because he's he's 1 point something or 2% owned.
Yeah,
so he's a differential in your team too. Even Doherty.
Oh yeah, Doherty for sure. I don't know what his ownership's like. What is his ownership? 0.5%. That's what we call a proper differential.
That is a huge green arrow. Matt Doherty
if he gets a goal or assist,
that's all.
I'll love it.
Boost.
Yeah.
That will make
predictions. We are going to get onto our predictions. We'll do that actually now because I think the deadline is actually over. So hopefully you guys locked your teams in. Let us know what transfers you guys made and who you captained. So what did you do? Obviously for those that are just joining in, if you are just joining in and you missed the stream. I had 2 free transfers, and I did I downgraded Trent to Doherty, and I rolled the second transfer. And then Jordan, what did you do?
I used one free transfer to take out Reece James, and I brought in Anderson, the Crystal Palace defender, and that is it. I just took one free transfer this week.
Okay, there you go. Those were our moves. Yeah, let's bring up. What was I going to bring up? The scores, the fixtures, weren't we?
Yes, I will
Yeah.
get the notepad out just so we can keep a tally on
Okay.
our predictions.
All right. Yeah, I'll let you do that. Here are the fixtures for game week 11. Obviously, there is some football tonight, Friday night football. Brentford at home to Brighton, 8 o'clock. What are you going for, Jordan, in that one?
Oh, that's a tough one. I can't really put. I'll probably say 2-1 Brentford.
Ooh, going for a Brentford win.
Yeah, it might be shocking to some because I think a lot of people are expecting a Brighton win, but
Yeah.
I kind of see Brentford doing well at home after the poor performances they've had. I'm just waiting for them to bounce back over a fixture. I think that
Uh,
one will be the one they do it in.
all right. I think Brighton will get the job done. I think they'll win. I'm gonna go. I'll go two. No, I'll go 3-1 Brighton. I think Brighton will. I think Trossard might have a good game. So yeah, I'm gonna go 3-1 Brighton. Let's move on to some of the Saturday games. Leicester playing Palace on Saturday at early kickoff 12:30, I think. So yeah, what are you going for Leicester and Palace?
I think Crystal Palace potentially. I think 3-1 Crystal Palace.
Okay, so you see a high scoring game in that one.
Yeah, I do see a lot of goals in that game.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a draw. I think 2-2, or hopefully Zaha scores, hope Barnes scores, hope Madison scores as well. So I'm hoping for a. Because I've got 3 midfielders in that game, so I need a big high scoring game. So I'm going 2-2 draw, and I think it probably will be a draw as well. Moving on to Fulham Bournemouth as well. Another 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. Mitrovic, will he play? Will he not play? We'll have to wait and see. Andreas is starting for me. Do you foresee a Fulham easy win, or do you think Bournemouth will play well?
I think both teams will play well because they did play in the same league beforehand. So I'll probably say 1-0 Fulham.
1-0, okay, tight win then. So
Yeah, I think it'll be a tight win.
I'll go 2-1 Fulham as well. I think Fulham will win. It's at home as well. So 2-1 Fulham. Hopefully Andreas does get the points as well for me. Then Wolves, Nottingham Forest on Saturday as well. Not great games on Saturday, is it? But yeah, Wolves and Nottingham Forest. What do you think for the prediction?
Wolves don't really score. I think 1-1. I think it'll be a draw.
All right, cool. 1-1. Any score predictions? Any players you think will score? Like, see in the chat, Kwanda's bought in Diego Costa, so which is interesting. Not seen him.
I was actually going to mention if Diego Costa plays, I think he will score the goal for Wolves because they don't really have a great attack player that can shoot properly. They sort of have misplaced.
There's also what Nuno rumors that he might return, so that'll be interesting to see if that does happen. But yeah, I'll go with a 1-0 for Wolves. I think Wolves will win somehow 1-0. And then obviously 5:30 is Spurs and Everton, which I did bring in Doherty, so I'll be looking out for that one to see what he does do in that game. I think it's a good fixture for Spurs against Everton. What do you reckon for that one? Do you think it will be an easy win for Spurs and Harry Kane, etc.?
Yeah, I think it will be. I'll probably say 2-0 Tottenham.
2-0 Tottenham, okay.
Yeah.
I'll go for. Yeah, I'll go 2-0 as well. 2-0 Spurs. Hopefully a clean sheet and 2 assists for Doherty. I'll take that. But yeah, 2-0 Spurs. Moving on to Sunday. A lot of fixtures on Sunday. Five games. So yeah, should be a good Sunday for football. Villa and Chelsea play as well. Is it 2 o'clock kickoff? Yeah, 2 o'clock kickoff for Villa Chelsea. What do you think for that one? Can uh
Uh,
can Chelsea just steamroll Villa in that one, or do you think it'll be a close one?
no, I don't think it'll be close at all. I think it'll be a landslide for obviously Chelsea because that's Villa are struggling. My score prediction probably for that will be 4-0 Chelsea.
4-0, okay. So you see it being a high scoring one as well for Chelsea. I think it actually be an easy Chelsea win as well. I'm going 3-0 Chelsea. Villa just don't look right. I think Villa have struggled all season, as you've said, and I think it'll be comfortable for Chelsea in the end. I think Sterling, whoever's got Sterling, could be a good pick for that one. Even Aubameyang, if you do own these players. And then let's move on to Leeds Arsenal. Another game where you own Martinelli. I don't have any Arsenal players, which is a worry looking into that game because I think Arsenal will get the job done as well. So I'll go 3-1 Arsenal in that one against Leeds. What do you reckon?
I'm probably thinking 2-1 Arsenal in that one.
Mhm.
I think it'll be still tough, even though it's a good fixture, because these are not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I expect Leeds to score. So maybe the wipeout for the Arsenal clean sheet. But yeah, I think 3-1 Arsenal. Then it's your team. Obviously, got a comment here from MT Gamer. So yeah, what team do you guys support? I support Liverpool. I'm a Liverpool fan. Worried that we got Man City this week. And Jordan.
Yeah, and I support Manchester United, who have
Yep.
got Newcastle this week.
But yeah, so talking about Man United, they got Newcastle at home. I'm gonna go for a draw in this one. I think it'll be. I'm gonna go for 2-2 draw. Man United Newcastle.
Ooh, I'll probably say 1-1.
Okay, going for a draw as well.
Yeah,
Interesting.
tough one for goals.
Yeah, I mean Newcastle have been brilliant this season. Obviously, they should have got something in that Liverpool game, which I think Liverpool were quite fortunate in that one. And obviously, they done well against Man City. So Newcastle, I do think they can get something in that game. So yeah, I'm going for that 2-2. And then Southampton play West Ham as well, same time. What do you think?
I do think West Ham can win that. I think 2-0 West Ham.
West Ham 2-0. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Bowen is a good pick actually. If you've got Bowen for this one, he could get returns in it against that Southampton. Southampton look quite poor as well in this moment in time. So, but I'm gonna go 1-0 West Ham. I think West Ham will probably nick it 1-0. But yeah, I think it could be a good game if you do have Bowen. And then the big one of the weekend, the biggest game of the weekend, you'd say, Liverpool at home to Man City. It's the one we probably were looking forward to for the whole weekend. It should be a very good game, as it always is between these two teams. As a Liverpool fan, I am a bit worried going into this game. But I'll let you go first with your predictions. What you're saying for Liverpool, Man City. Do you think it will be an easy one for Haaland, or do you think Liverpool might have something left that they're gonna come with?
I mean, this could be a massive scoreline. I'm gonna go for 4-3 Man City though.
That would be crazy. That you going 4-3.
Yeah, I think I'm going 4-3 because I know Liverpool are going to score, but I also know Man City won.
That's a wild prediction.
Yeah, it is. That's a crazy prediction. I just see a lot of goals in that game, and I know Man City want to win to keep on top of the table as well. So there is a lot to play for both teams in a way.
I'm not confident of this one. I think everything points towards a Man City win, really. The way Liverpool have played so far this season, the way their defense has played. Man City, Haaland worries me. Foden is another one who usually has a good game at Anfield. Bernardo Silva, another one that usually turns it on at Anfield. I'm not confident for Liverpool, if I'm being honest. I do think I expect City to win this one. I'm going to go 3-1 Man City, which pains me to say. But yeah, I do think City will win 3-1. Yeah, so those are the predictions out the way, guys. Let us know who you think is going to win out of Liverpool, Man City, the big game on the weekend. Kawanda says he predicts 2-2. We can do well against Man City. So that's there you go. Yusuf says Raya, White, Doherty, Cancelo, Trippier, Rashford, Foden, Zaha, Madison, Trossard, Haaland. It's good for Game Week 11. Yeah, I think that does look good. Pretty good. I'd say you should hopefully a good week for you. As long as Arsenal don't go crazy against Leeds, it's all good. Credit the wild card without at least one Arsenal. Yeah, I mean I've got no Arsenal players, which he hadn't paid off. Don't get me wrong, because I took out Martinelli with the hope that he wouldn't score against Liverpool, but then he goes and scores within 58 seconds. And it's fair to say the wild card 9, he hasn't paid off so far. You know, getting Salah, getting Trent, it's just not worked out. So I wish I went wild card 8 instead. And he also says 4, 6 goals. A lot of people see goals in this one then.
Oh yeah, definitely a lot of goals in this fixture, without a doubt.
Could be a very good game for Haaland then, if he can get another hat trick after the one he got against Man United. We'll see. But yeah, should be a good one. I'm looking forward to it, even though I don't think Liverpool are going to get anything. But we'll see. Do join us on Sunday, guys, at 7 p.m. We are streaming straight after the Man City Liverpool game, 7 p.m. So it should be a very, very good stream, whatever happens. So do set your notification bell on that so you don't miss out. 7 p.m. Sunday, where we go live to react to the football. And also, obviously, there's midweek fixtures this week on Tuesday, Wednesday games. So there is an earlier deadline. So we're going to have another deadline stream on Tuesday. So just letting people know the schedule is going to be changed around so far because of the midweek game. So we're going to have our team selection video out for you guys on Monday. So do join us on Monday as well. We'll have a stream on Sunday. We'll have a stream on Monday, 7 p.m. as well. So we'll put it out on our Twitter just to notify you guys when we go live. If you haven't already, do follow us on Twitter. Where is it? I should bring this up. So our Twitter is the FPL Duo. When we always tweet out when we go live. So do check us out on there. Also, if you want to join our mini league, guys, I haven't really plugged this in a while. If you want to join our mini league, do join the FPL Duo mini league if you can. There's quite a lot of people in it now, so it's pretty good. If you do want to join, there is a prize for the winner at the end of whoever wins at the end of the season. We'll just decide what that is. But yeah, do join and see if you can win our first mini league. And yeah, as always, like the stream if you haven't already, comment, all that stuff, subscribe. And yeah. Why Bernardo Silva? It's not a good choice of fantasy. I mean, I think Bernardo Silva is going to play well. I don't know if he's a good choice as a goal scorer, but with Bernardo Silva, he always has a good game against Liverpool at Anfield. I don't know what it is. He always, when I watch him in the last couple of seasons, he's always had a good game against Liverpool. So I think last season he got a goal against Liverpool as well at Anfield, didn't he? He was man of the match as well, I believe.
Yeah,
in the Anfield fixture
in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, he always has a good game against Liverpool, honestly. He's the one player that I think a lot of people are actually speaking about Haaland, obviously the main man in form, but I have a feeling Foden and Silva couldn't get something in this one. Foden especially. He always has he's another one that I do worry for because everyone's going to be focusing on Haaland, but Foden is on fire as well at this moment in time. But yeah, we'll probably wrap it up here. Anything else you want to add, Jordan, before we do go?
Well, thanks for everyone for your comments and questions. It's always appreciated. And yeah, it's going to be a crazy, hectic schedule for streams this month just because of how the fixtures are working out. But I hope everyone gets green arrows this week, and hopefully you've managed to get yourself out of a hole from all the injury issues that we're all having at the moment. So yeah, I hope everyone has a good week and gets a green arrow.
Yeah, Son to Bowen. I would have kept Son for sure. Son's got Everton. I would not have done that move if you did do that move.
I don't mind
Before you
Bowen.
go, sorry, what were you saying? You prefer Bowen?
I don't mind having Bowen. I mean, Bowen's
Okay.
cool because he's had 2
Southampton.
returns. Yeah,
Yeah.
good fixture.
MT Gamer, before you go, what do we think of Tottenham? I mean, Tottenham have a good fixture, Everton at home, which is probably the best fixture on paper, would you say? If I bring up the fixtures again, let me do that again.
Apart from obviously Fulham having Bournemouth, then
Yeah,
well, with Mitrovic not playing, then yeah, Spurs has
yeah.
the best fixture this week.
Yeah, on paper you'd say being at home as well. So I like Spurs for this week. If you've got Kane, Son, Doherty, whoever, could be good. So I don't think it is a bad. I think you'd want Spurs this week at least one player from there. What's the possibility of Aubameyang starting? I think it's quite high. I'd expect him to start, even though I know he got benched last week. But I think that was a one-off. Potter deciding to bench all his star players. I don't think that's going to be a regular occurrence. Harry says, hello and good luck to everyone this week. Welcome to the channel, Harry. Yeah, thank you for your comments and
thanks.
Yeah, good luck to everyone. And yeah, we are going to wrap it up here. So I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that did watch the stream. If you have enjoyed the videos, the stream, do drop a like and also subscribe to our channel if you are new. We're trying to get to 600 subs is the next target. So do share and subscribe. But yeah, that's it from the FPL Duo. We are out of here, guys. And we will see you again Sunday, 7 p.m. for the knee-jerk live reaction. Thank you, guys, and take care.
Yeah, see you guys. Take care.